Hi, today's Friday, and that means it's time for Dr. Julie's Fun Friday Finds. So what does that mean? Well, on Fridays, what I do is I go around, I collect things that have come in the mail this week or recently that I want to tell you about that I think that you would make your life more fun or easier or more helpful. So I like to, as a dermatologist today, I thought it'd be fun to actually, well, I don't know exactly fun, but I was going to do this whole filming in a bathing suit because I wanted to teach you about what does a dermatologist bring to the beach. I mean, does she even go to the beach? She does, not very often, but she goes to the pool regularly. I take water aerobics 3 times a week, and I wear various items that I'm going to show you today. So here we go. Let's start. Okay, first things first. Okay, this bathing suit. Okay, this bathing suit is by a company called Miracle Suit, and it is a miracle. And you're thinking, well, why is it a miracle? Well, it's a miracle because they have a nice support, especially around the waist, and kind of sucks you in a nice way, but it's not uncomfortable. It has ruching. Ruching is like little kind of folds which can help to drape over any areas that you might not want to have the item be tight on. And this suit is really cute because of this actual design of this particular suit. And this is last year's suit, but I'm actually linking one that's very, very similar. It has the same kind of a design. So it's this design that makes it so remarkable. See how these flowers come kind of in and they go towards the middle, but they leave a little space. This makes your waist look like your waist is really little. And all of us over 40 pretty much are interested, for the most part, in making our waist look smaller. And I'm 25 years over that, so I'm really happy to have an opportunity to make my waist look smaller. So the design just kind of makes your eyes see just a smaller space, and it makes your waist look this small versus this small versus this small. So it's really attractive. And the back is actually just a straight black tank, but the front is this kind of curvy, so it actually kind of comes right along the side. You can see it's just a little panel, and it's very comfortable. And then, but you mostly obviously see somebody head on, and it's very helpful. And then what's nice about the suit is instead of having underwiring, it has some wiring right here. And the wiring is great because when you're at the table or if you're sitting by in a lounge chair, it doesn't droop, and it's very comfortable. So, and if the suit gets wet, it still holds its shape. So this is a sweetheart neckline, very flattering, and I just think this suit is really my all-time favorite suit. Okay, so the dermatologist wears a bathing suit. That's a good thing. Okay, and then a comfortable one. But then what does she bring? Okay, well, she's got to bring a tote. And so I just like a big, simple, tote like this. And this is sort of a kind of a burlappy fabric tote. I love it. It's inexpensive, but you can actually, it has cute little pink pom-poms on it, which I think is cute. You can put your keys on there. And it also has the inside of it looks kind of a little shiny because it's actually laminated. So the fabric is a kind of a burlappy jute fabric. And the handles are very comfortable. A lot of times these hurt, and these are actually kind of covered in a cottony fabric. And then it's got this nice lamination, so if you put in wet towels or wet suit, it wouldn't be gross, okay, which is nice. And you can also wipe it out, which is great. All right, so that's my favorite inexpensive tote. Everything that I'm talking about will be linked down below. So, and let me know if you like it, because I love this tote. All right, so we got cute suit, tote, and then she goes to the dermatologist. Of course, she likes to read. But at the beach, it's really hard to read your Kindle or your electronic books because of the lights. It's just hard. So I like to bring a beach read, and this one is called A Beach Read. Go figure. So it's really cute. It's by Emily Henry. It was actually written, I think, in 2020, but it's still listed as an Amazon choice, editor's choice. I loved it. It's a story set at the beach of 2 writers, very different writers, couple. Well, they weren't a couple initially. And then how they each deal with their writer's block. Emily Henry's definitely chick lit, but she has nice characters, really cute dialogue, and I think you should get it. So it's called A Beach Read. If you can't remember, say, I want a book for the book, beach, like a beach read. Well, it's a beach read. There you go. All right, so we got our tote, we got our cute bathing suit, and then what? Well, sometimes what happens then is, you want to go for a walk on the beach, and you want to go and you want to carry you don't want to carry much stuff, and you might even want to kick and splash in the water. Or your grandkids might want to go, for instance, out on the boat, and and then for a joke they think it's fun to play with your phone, and then they get mad at you and they want to throw it. Well, that would be a disaster. In fact, that happened to one of my friends. Her husband is her photographer for her blog, and he accidentally dropped the phone into the ocean and it was toast. He couldn't find it. So this product is such a great thing. It's a phone case that has a little inflatable, well, it actually stays inflated all the time, edge, so that it actually floats. And it comes in a pack of 2. And the reason why that's good is if you or your husband both wanted to carry something, or if you wanted to put your phone in one and then you wanted to put some money or some extra sunscreen, that'll be talked about in a minute. You can put that in here, and they have a little lanyard on it, which is nice. You can put it around your neck if you wanted to. All right, so it's a great product, and the case, you just open it up, put your phone in there, and you actually close these little latches, and then it's waterproof, and then that protects your phone from getting. Plus it works when it's in here, which is really nice. The buttons still work. You can still see it's clear, and then it's nice because you can if your kids won't get sandy, won't get wet. If it falls in the water, it will float. So all the way around, great thing, very inexpensive. Comes in a set of 2. I will link it below. All right, so now we've seen the dermatologist is reading. She's walking, but when she goes for a walk, what does she wear? Well, I don't know if you know, but May is Skin Cancer Awareness Month. What does that mean? Well, as a retired dermatologist, I recommend that everybody, every age, everybody get a total body skin exam once a year. And what that means is you need to go to a dermatologist, not to the pediatrician, not to your internist. You need to go to the dermatologist, and you need to not just say, what about this mole? You can ask them about that spot, but you need to go to a dermatologist who takes the time and has the wherewithal to say, okay, here's a gown, take off all your clothes, all your socks, all your underwear, everything off, and then just put a gown on. And then what you do is then the dermatologist should come in and they should look at you from head to toe. They should look through your head and your scalp. Even if you've got a lot of hair, but even if you don't, obviously it's easier. But if you've got a lot, they should just take the time to look through and see if they see anything. Then they should look at your whole body, your body folds, everything under your underwear, everywhere you can think of between your toes. All those places should all be looked at. That's a good exam. So you go to the dermatologist, you get your total body exam. You're looking, and of course, if you've got a mole that's changing or anything that's changing ahead of time, you go right to the dermatologist right away and get that one thing looked at, but then get on their schedule within a couple of weeks to look at the rest of you if they don't have the time. Okay, so that's important, and the reason why it's important to have a total body skin exam. Skin cancer is the most readily diagnosed cancer that exists. There's so much skin cancer out there, and much of it, if it's diagnosed early, is totally treatable. You might get a little scar, but it won't kill you. Melanoma, for instance, on the other hand, and some of the other skin cancers, if they're diagnosed late, can actually be very serious and even fatal. So you really want to take the time every year to go and get your skin checked. I mean, we all go to the dentist to get our teeth checked twice a year, so go to the dermatologist once a year and save your life. Okay, and then once you go to the dermatologist, then they're going to say, hey, now listen, you be good about being in the sun. And you're thinking, well, what does that mean? Does that mean, can I go out in the sun? Well, yes, you can. And what you want to do is ideally, you'd like to avoid the peak hours, from 10 a.m. in your typical area till 2. That's when the most sun's rays occur. But if you need to be out then or whatever, then you want to wear protective clothing. And I'm going to tell you about that right now. And sunscreen. Okay, sunscreen. What a nightmare of a topic. It is hard, and even as a board certified, highly educated, retired dermatologist, I read articles frequently about sunscreen, and I'm always challenged by all these different, which thing is safe, which one is good, what's the safest. Well, the current recommendations are that you can't go wrong with zinc oxide related products. Those are called physical sunscreens. Physical sunscreens are considered safer at this time than the more invisible chemical sunscreens, the ones that are just totally invisible. And all of us, we like the more invisible ones, but we're not sure that that's safe for our environment. And some of those products may have some things called endocrine disruptors, so they can mess with our metabolism and they can mess with our brain. So we're trying to stay away from chemicals that don't have a proven safety record. And at this point, the physical ones with the zinc oxide and the titanium dioxide do have better records. So that's what I'm going for right here. But this is a cool product. It's called Think Sport. Think Sport SPF 50. And I will actually link it down below. And it's a nice product. And this is a nice size tube. How many ounces is in here? I think this is I'm pretty sure this is a 6 or an 8 ounce tube. Anyway, what's nice about it is it's a great sunscreen. It's it doesn't have much in the way of very minimal fragrance, and it goes on white, but it rubs in well, okay? And it stays with you. Most sunscreen, unfortunately, however, is only effective against ultraviolet A for a couple of hours, really 2 hours. So that means what we have to do is you have to reapply it. And you might say, yeah, but I can still feel it on my skin. I can still feel the film. Aren't I good? The answer is no. You're not good. So when you go golfing, I have a husband who's an avid golfer. I tell him at the halfway house, put on more sunscreen. And then if he comes home, wants to go for another walk, put on more sunscreen. And it's because they only last a couple of hours. Even though it says SPF 50, you think does that mean I get to stay out there for 50 hours? No, it doesn't. It just means you need to still reapply it every 2 hours. And then you want something that's water resistant. This is water resistant. And you want things that have got very safe chemicals like PABA, PABA free. This is PABA free. So there's a whole list of things to avoid, and this product really avoids them and does a great job with it. So it's not expensive. It's a great product. It stays with you. I think you'd like it. And you can put it into your cute beach bag, so you'll be ready. Okay, so then once I put my sunscreen in, I pretty much put it on all my areas that are going to be outside. So before I leave the house, I put makeup on, but I put sunscreen on my whole face and makeup, and then more sunscreen on all the exposed areas. And then, but let's say I've been out there for a while, or half hour or 2 hours, and the kids want to go for a walk, or my husband wants to go for a walk, and then I think, okay, well why not make it easy on myself and cover myself up as much as I can? So what do I reach for? I reach for some more protective items. Let me show you. This is a really fun product. Okay, have you seen these cute little sun shirts? This is by a company called Coolie Bar, and this is a great little actually this was a dress. It's pretty long. It's got a little hood on it, so let me show you. I'll put it on. And this is just darling. This is a soft knit SPF 50, and much of your body's covered when you've got it on, which that's kind of nice. So I love this product. I think it's great. And here you go. Okay, there you go. All right, so that's the cute little, and there's actually, let me see if I can stand back here. I'll turn the camera down a little bit here so you can sort of see. Yes, this goes right to a little bit above my knees. And it's really a cute little sunscreen, sun shirt. I love it. And I wear this on trips with my kids or with my husband because, the hood's cute. It looks nice if you're sitting at a lunch, for instance. You might have a little bit of a cover up, and your arms are all protected. Your trunk, much of your trunk is protected. And so a lot of these covered up are red, your back. And then if you, what I put on, so this is a great product. I'm a big fan of it. And then what do I do is then I say, okay, well, I've got on my, I've got all this protection on my trunk. Let me go ahead and protect my head and my face. And so I'll put on a hat. And this is a great hat. This is a hat by Wallaroo, and it's cute because it's got a little bit of tan, a little bit of cream, and it's SPF 50 as well, which is great. And so I wear that. I wear this all the time when I'm out at the pool or going for walks or whatever. And then, of course, I gotta protect my eyes because if I'm wearing sunscreen with polarized lenses like these Oakley sunscreen sunglasses, then you get more protection and would help your eyes to get very slow, much less likelihood of getting cataracts. So because sun plays a big role in that. So we got hat, and then we've got a hat, glasses, shirt. We are pretty much ready. Okay, and that covers just about everything. Oh, there's one more thing I want to tell you about. Okay, so then let's say you're with your grandkids and they decide they want to go in the water. They want to go and have you throw them around, and do all that. So if that happens, or you really want to get wet, then, or you're going to go to water aerobics like I do 3 times a week, then you want to wear something else, and it's called a rash guard. So I guess if you wear it, you're less likely to get a rash. And these are little shirts that are really cute. This is a pink one. I'll link a very similar one. And this is a great product. And again, it covers you, but this one you can get wet. And so what I do is I wear these, and they usually have like mesh on the sleeve on the inside so they can breathe. This is great for going for walks if it's in the morning and it's, you know, a little cool, you want to wear something. Oops. Okay, so now we got this on. All right, and this one just goes to your about your hips. I'll show you. Okay. To your hips, and so you might wear it like with shorts or something like that. But let's say you're just going for a walk on the beach, you would just wear this, and so this is what I wear. So I actually wear something like this, and then you can get wet in this. And then after pool water aerobics, for instance, I get out of the pool and I take this off, I dry off, and then I put on another, either the blue one, or I put on, you know, another sun protective item. So there you have it, folks. This is me talking to you about sun protection and all the things that you need to do to, you know, to be have safe sun. And I should tell you, one more trick. People ask me all the time, does sunscreen expire? It does, but you want to look on the label and see, or look on the tube and see if they've stamped a date. Sometimes they actually print a date on it, and sometimes they actually crimp a date. You know, they kind of, you know, engrave it or emboss it onto the actual crimp of the tube. And if you're not sure, you should throw it out because you don't want to wear sunscreen that doesn't work and then get fried. Because we know that getting sunburn really increases your risk of skin cancer as well as aging of the skin. All right, folks, you've seen it there. Fun Friday Finds with Dr. Julie. I'll be back next week with some more tips. But in the meantime, thanks very much for watching. And please subscribe to my little YouTube station below or my blog, which is Dr. Julie's Fun Life. Or you can follow me on Instagram. That'd be great. I'd love it, which is Dr. Julie Marshall. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this is all fun for you and helpful. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below and I'll be happy to respond. Thanks a lot. Have a great weekend.